So, remember when I poo-pooed on Bethesda for setting a pre-order for a game that didn't have a gameplay trailer? In many ways, you can consider this video a corollary to that video, because the same company that did that has absolutely hit it out of the park. In general, see, I don't like E3. It's loud, annoying, and generally you only hear about the stuff from the major conferences, which amounts to a new slim version of an existing console, or some discussion of a new game only to be cancelled 6 months down the line. Which is why I'm glad to say that at least one company has not disappointed me this year, with a solid repertoire of material. Not that I'm any more enthused about Fallout 4, but we now at least have a gameplay trailer, so all of you who want to go pre-order it actually have some kind of sales pitch to go off of. Doom 4 looks about as awesome as any gore fest should be. And as everyone has noted, Anita and Jonathan McIntosh over at Feminist Frequency have had hernias about those games. But allow me a minute to fanboy over something everyone has missed. Dishonored 2. And I say fanboy because I loved the first game. So to see this trailer was amazing and even better than seeing either Doom or Fallout, in my humble opinion. And everyone has seemingly missed that the Fem Freaks that went after Doom 4 for having violence have gone after this game as well. And frankly, in my not so humble opinion, this cannot stand. And so just a quick recap for those who haven't played the first Dishonored or haven't seen the trailer for the second Dishonored. In the first game, you play as a bodyguard turned magic assassin Corvo as he clears his name by helping to overthrow a government and rescue the future ruler of that government, Emily, from where she has been taken. It really was no thief by any means. It was a bit of a more modern take on the genre of stealth, but in terms of gameplay, it certainly does better than the Thief reboot could have ever done and plays in a distinctly different and satisfying style than, say, something like Human Revolution. The trailer for the second one then broadens this entire universe in a very exciting way. Not only will Corvo return, but prominently it featured a young Empress Emily grown up who has apparently gotten powers and is out to seek revenge against those who deposed her. And what really excites me about this is that she's a quality character. But not only is she a quality character, but if this second trailer is anything to go by, she's an absolutely amazing female character. We aren't talking about a copy of Corvo. She has her completely distinct look with a bandana instead of the mask that Corvo wears. Her powers are completely her own and play very differently. Instead of blinking around, it looks like you're going to have this kind of silk grapple that looks absolutely amazing to play as. It promises solid gameplay, and it promises to continue to build this great character that we already had. In the first game, we see a very innocent Emily. We see a Emily with great dialogue, but that you never really get to play as. And now, in the debut trailer for the second game, we get to see her get revenge on some unnamed protagonist in a badass way, and it's like, oh damn, she's grown up. I'm going to enjoy the fuck out of playing her. But it's no surprise, I suppose, that the Fem Freaks have also taken issue with Dishonored 2 then. After all, it is exactly what they want. Now, this gem comes to us from Anita Sarkeesian herself, who has this to say on the subject. A bit sad that Dishonored 2 didn't make the leap to an exclusively female lead, but really pleased that they're using Emily in the marketing. You can't really please these people, can you? I mean, alright, I would have been hyped for the game if Emily had been the only character you get to play as. But it's really a sign of respect to me that Bethesda has chosen to keep Corvo on as a playable character in the second Dishonored game simply because it offers the choice. We aren't only talking about a female character, we aren't talking only about a solid character, but we're talking about ways of gameplay here, and it looks like Emily will play very different from Corvo in this game, or the way that Corvo played in the first Dishonored. And so, as much as I'm looking forward to playing as Emily, if I don't like the way she plays, I'm probably less likely to play as her as much as I am Corvo in the second game, because, well, there was a charm to the way that Corvo played. There was a amount of strategy to the way that instantly blinking from rooftop to rooftop had on the way I approached a challenge. And if instead I'm grappling around and it offers its own challenge, but something I may not appreciate. And really, going down to the base level, having a game that doesn't star the main protagonist from the previous lore would be a very, well, lackluster thing to do, if you ask me. But leave it to Feminist Frequency to reduce a great character and someone who offers a unique perspective on gameplay to merely a representation that has boobs and a vagina. This is why no one likes you, Feminist Frequency, because you don't discuss video games as video games. But I suppose that's more attention than the she-witch deserves, so I will leave it at that, folks. Like I said, I'm extremely hyped for this game. I really do think that Bethesda has returned to good graces after that small lapse of judgment, and I look forward to this next year in gaming if E3 is anything to go by off of now. This has been Robert Stoll of Stoll Review, wishing you all a nice day.